Hi. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the configuration of dynamic trunking protocol, usually called as DTP. DTP is a Cisco's proprietary protocol that is used for negotiation between switch ports for generation or for creation of trunk links between switches. So let's start the activity. It's 3.5.5. This is the topology that's given in this PT activity. It is very much similar to the ones that we worked in our earlier PT activities of this particular module. So let's start. For the ease of it, I'm just putting it down here like this. And once again, we have three switches to which all the different PCs are connected to. So there are two objectives for this. The first one is configure static trunking, okay, and the second one is configure and verify DTP, okay. So let's go to instructions. Verify VLAN configuration. Verify the configured VLANs on the switches. So first, it is asking me to go to S1, go to privileged executive mode and enter the show VLAN brief. Okay, let me click on S1, expanding a little bit, and then enable because it's a show command, show VLAN brief. Okay, this is the same output that I got, and it is actually asking me to do the same on S2 and S3 also. So let me do that on S2 and S3. Let's check it out. Enable show VLAN brief. Just expand this so that you can get a clear picture. Okay, and the S3 also the same thing. We just get it up. Enable show VLAN brief. So these are the outputs from the three switches that we have. Okay, now what VLANs are configured on the switches? If you check it out, on top of the normal ones that we have, so I expanded it. So this is the output is the same for all the three switches. If you see, the default ones that we see are VLAN 1 and the 1002, 1003, 1004, and 1005. In addition to these, we have two other VLANs that are configured, which are VLAN 99 for management and VLAN 999, which is the native VLAN that has been configured here. So these are the two VLANs that are configured. The answer for this. Now it is asking me create additional VLANs on S2 and S3. Okay. So first, let me start with S2. I am given a table here with the VLAN names and VLAN IDs. So let me start doing it. S2 VLAN 10. Enter. Oh, sorry. I need to enter into the global configuration mode. Configure terminal. VLAN 10. The name is red. Once again, please make sure that the you are actually naming them in the proper order and absolutely the same way that is given in your instructions. VLAN 20, enter. Name blue. VLAN 30, name yellow. So I need to do the same thing in S3 also. Okay, now verify the addition of new LANs. It is actually asking me to check it out into VLAN brief whether these things are being added or not. Yes, in on S2 everything 10, 20, 30, 99 all are active, added and active. Let me do the same thing on S3 also. So configure terminal, VLAN 10, name red, VLAN 20, name blue, VLAN 30, name yellow. Similarly, let me just check whether all the VLANs are created and are active or not. You can see on S3 also I got all the VLANs that are active now. That's all done. So part 2 is done. Let's go to part 3, which says use the switchport mode access command. Now you have to assign the VLANs to ports. On S2 you have PC1, PC2, and PC3. If you can see here, it's in the table. It's written PC1, PC2, PC3 here. The IP address are given. Now it is asking me to assign these switch ports according to the table. I can do that. Now first start with S2. Let me click on S2. So on S2, let me start doing this. In this table here, it is shown S2 F0 to 1 to 8 should be assigned to VLAN 10, and ports from 9 to 16 should be assigned to VLAN 20, and ports 17 to 24 should be assigned to VLAN 30. I can use the interface range command, which makes my job much more easier. So configure terminal P and interface range F0 by 1 to 8. Enter. I need to use the switch port mode access. First, I need to convert it. I set it to access mode, and after that, I need to switch port access VLAN 10. I need to provide access for VLAN 10. Similarly, I need to give the other two ranges also. I can use the up arrow, which is makes the job a little bit more easier. 9 to 16. Enter, and the same commands will be repeated. Switch port mode access, and then rather than VLAN 10, we have to view it here as VLAN 20. And switch port, the ranges are now 17 to 24. While using the up arrow, please be careful whether you need to check whether you are giving the right ranges or not. And switch port mode access, the same thing. Enter, and after that, switch port mode access VLAN 30. So this is done on S2, and I have to give the same thing on S3 also. S3 and terminal interface range F0 by 1 to 8. 1 to 8. Enter. Switch port mode access. Enter. Switch port access VLAN 10. Enter, and switch port 9 to 16. Enter. Switch port mode access. Switch port mode access VLAN 20. Enter, and after that, switch port. This should be 17 to 24. Switch port mode access, and then you assign the particular LAN for these switch ports. There you go. I completed assigning all the ports on both the switches to the appropriate VLANs according to the given table. Now it is asking me to check a ping from PC1 to PC6. Obviously, it won't go because I just have given the port assignments to the VLANs created on S2 and S3. But I didn't even bother to create the trunks. Unless until I create the trunks, the traffic from PC1 will not be able to travel to PC6. So obviously, the ping will not be successful. Okay. Now, the next step is I have to go for configuration of trunks now. Okay. On S1, if you can see clearly on S1, what is happening here is, give me a second. On S1, now what I need to do, it is asking me configure the trunk link to dynamic desirable on G0 by 1 interface. That means, first of all, these two links are to be created as trunks. The link between S1 and S2 and the link between S1 and S3. Unless until they are configured as trunks, I won't be able to transmit my traffic from PC1 to PC6. They won't be able to ping each other. Now for that, he has given some certain instructions. First things, on switch S1, what I need to do is, it is asking me to configure the link as to dynamic desirable. Now for that, I need to go into, hope you still remember the different modes that you can have: switch port mode access, trunk, dynamic auto, and dynamic desirable. So let me show you that. Configure terminal interface G0 by 1. Enter. Switch port mode dynamic desirable. So once I do this, you can see there's an orange color thing that's happening here. I can just click the fast forward button also if you want to do it done. Now, once I did this, it is asking me what will be the result of trunk negotiation between S1 and S2. Now, when I type in desirable, when the other link is in auto, automatically it will be in trunking mode. Now on switch S2, verify that the trunk has been negotiated by entering the show interfaces trunk. Okay, let me go to S2. Let me type in show interfaces trunk. There you go. The G0 by 1 port of S2 is now showing the status as trunking. That means, because it's in auto mode, when I set it up for desirable, this link has become into a trunk link. And you can also see the VLANs that are allowed on this particular link. So Yes, that should do. Command interface G0/1 has been appeared. Everything is good. What is the mode and status for this port? The mode is auto and the status is trunking. So that it has been set up in the right way. Now I need to set up the trunk link between S1 and S3. So let me type in on S1 again. So on S1, the interface that this S1 is connected to S3 is G0/2 interface. So let me go into interface G0/2, enter. Switchport mode trunk. Okay. Now this actually makes this links as a static trunk. And also it is asking me, in addition, disable DTP negotiation on interface G0/2 on S1. That means for this interface, I need to enter the command switchport no negotiate. What it will do is it will automatically disable DTP negotiation between S1 and S3. Okay, so when I type in this command, this link, so there you go, there is an orange colored one. It will not turn green because I have switched off the DTP negotiation between an S1 and S3. Unless until I manually configure the G0/2 interface of S3, this link will not work. Okay, now so switchport no negotiate, it is done. It is asking me to look for show DTP command. I can do that. It is asking me to check for show DTP command, which will show you information regarding the DTP. There you go. There is only one interface that is using DTP, which is G0/1 interface. G0/2 is currently not using DTP simply because I disabled DTP by entering this command, switchport non-negotiate. Once I do this, DTP negotiation will be disabled. Now verify trunking is enabled on all switches using this show interfaces trunk command. I can do that. Show interfaces trunk. There you go. You can see all the VLANs are here. And let me just click on this. There you go. You can see all the things that ports that are there desirable on. The encapsulation mode is 802.1q. Both of them are in the trunking status, and the native VLAN for both of them is 1 and 1. Okay, so it's 1 and 1. And now what is the native VLAN for these trunks? Currently it is 1 default. Now configure VLAN 999 as the native VLAN for the trunk links on S1. There are only two trunk links on S1, G0/1 and G0/2. Now it is asking me set the VLAN native VLAN as 999. I can do that. So for that, what I need to do is configure terminal. It's simple. Interface Z0/122 because I want to set it up for both these interfaces at the same time. 0/2. Sorry, interface range G0/122, and then I need to type in switchport trunk native VLAN 999. It will say that there is an inconsistent VLAN. It will start giving me these messages. Okay, because I did not set up the native VLAN on S2 and S3, and it shows there is an inconsistent local VLAN. I need to set up on S2 and S3 that the native VLAN is 999. For that, I need to go to S2 and S2. Okay, on S2, I need to go into interface Z0/1. Give me a minute. So sometimes when it goes to DNS lookup, you can type in Control Shift and 6. Control plus Shift plus 6 will stop it. Otherwise, it will take at least 2 or 3 minutes of your time. Now S2, where are we? And we have to configure the VLAN. So configure terminal. Okay, from that point onwards, interface Z0/1 switchport trunk native VLAN 999. Don't worry, the messages keep on coming as long until you correct the VLANs. It will keep on sending you these messages. Don't worry about it. So and configure terminal interface G0/2 here. On S3 also I need to set up the native VLAN as 999. So I need to go into this interface G0/2 and then type in Switchport trunk native VLAN 999. Okay, so there you go. I have set it up the 999 as my native VLAN on S2 and S3 also. That's it, done. Verified trunking is successfully configured. Okay, I can do that. Attempt to ping from PC1 to PC6. I did the trunking, and we see here, if I try, it will fail definitely, because I know there is one step that we missed. That means still haven't done. But let me show you how to troubleshoot such things. On PC1, if I want to ping PC6, what I need to do is I can just go here and I can sign in ping 192.168.10.2. Enter. It won't ping. The ping will not be successful. Now I'll also show here. Instead of giving you some question, there you go. Attempt. Why was the ping unsuccessful? Yes, because I'm sure that we created the VLANs on S2 and S3, but we did not create the VLANs on S1. S1 we haven't created any VLANs. We only created the VLANs on S2 and S3. Then how come S1 will accept traffic from VLAN 10, which is PC1? So the missing link is we have to create VLANs on S1 also. So S1, enter. This is how you troubleshoot. You'll get it. You'll get used to these things once you understand the procedure of configuring VLANs. So let me get from here, exit, and VLAN 10, enter. Name is red. I need to enter. I need to create 3 VLANs on S1 also, otherwise it won't work. You can find it in just typing in show VLAN brief. It will not show you these 3 VLANs. Whereas on S2 and S3, when you type in the command show VLAN brief, it will show you 10, 20, 30, 99, and 999. Show VLAN 20, name blue, VLAN 30, name is yellow. Okay, still there is an orange colored blinking color here, light. So that means it's still not yet done. Okay, so I changed it. It seems to be working now, and let me go here. Okay, this is how I corrected the configuration. I now created the VLANs on S1 also. Reconfigure trunk on S3. Yes, this is still pending. Let me go on to S3 and let me type in show interface G0/2 Switchport. Now, if you see here, it is, what is the mode? The operation mode is static access. It's not in the trunking mode. It's still in the access mode itself. It is in dynamic auto and it's still in access mode. Okay, and it is .1Q, and the native VLAN is 999. So it's okay. Now we have to convert this into trunk mode for this to work, because it's still in access mode. The traffic won't go through. Now let us try this. So for this to happen, what I need to do is configure G0/2 to match G0/2 on S1. If you remember correctly, on S1 we configured this particular interface to be a static trunk. That means it's very configure T interface G0/2, enter, switch port mode trunk, and switch port no negotiate. This is the status of our G0/2 interface of S1. These are the 2 commands that we entered for G0/2 interface of S1, and I'm actually matching them for G0/2 interface of S3 also. I just typed in switch port mode trunk and switch port no negotiate. There you go. I can see the completion is 100%. Now it is actually asking me, once I do this, just let me click the fast forward button here. There you go. It's now active. And let me see what issue the command show interface G0/2 switch port on S3. Yes, I can do that. So show interface G0/2 switch port. Now check it out. Now the operational mode is not access, it's now trunk. The state has been changed. The operational mode is changed to trunk now. And what is the negotiation of trunking state displayed? Just check it out. Where is this? Negotiation of trunking is off. Why? Because I typed in switchport no negotiate. If I don't type in that, DTP negotiation will take place and the negotiation of trunking will be on. Now it is in off state. Now let me check the pings from PC1 to PC6. So let me do this, PC1 to PC6. There you go. I'm getting the ping the right way. So everything's good. Now let me show you one more feature here. In this particular scenario, PC1 is able to ping PC6 because they belong to the same VLAN. What if PC1 wants to ping PC5? Will it go through? So ping 192.168.20.2. Will this be able to ping? Will my system be able to ping a host that belongs to another VLAN? It won't. When you configure VLANs and the trunks properly, the hosts that belong to one VLAN will be able to communicate with hosts belonging to the same VLAN only. They will not be able to communicate with hosts on other VLAN. In order to do that, in order to enable a host to talk to another host belonging to another VLAN, we need to implement something called as inter-VLAN routing, which covers in our module 4. Check out the video on module 4 and also the packet tracer activities for module 4, where we will be able to do that. So thank you very much, and hopefully you understood the concept of DTP protocol and the usage of the different switchport mode commands. So thank you everyone once again, and good luck.